And so now, loser semifinals, Matecito versus Wumbo. So Matecito starting off pretty weak here, trying to downstack here, and he looks to be going down a bit more. Tries to get to the eyepiece though, gets the Tetris, now has his garbage hole covered a bit more, and he's at a severe lack of eyepieces here for the amount of clean garbage that's being sent. Not able to get through them enough, but luckily for him, that was the warm-up. So the real set begins now. And now, looks like Wumbo seems to be going for his 4-wide here. Now we finally see it come out. Wumbo has deemed Matecito a player that's worthy of him attempting something like that. But even then, Matecito was very good on stunting that 4-wide's growth right before it could get to any really dangerous spot. But now Wumbo building up 3 T-spin doubles here, sending some very clean garbage to Matecito's end. And now Matecito trying to get down, but he doesn't have eyepieces to work with. Now finally getting those eyepieces, but he misdrops the S-piece right on top of his well, and while he's trying to figure out a solution to get out of there, Wumbo was just able to completely mow him over in garbage. And so now it looks like we see Matecito actually challenging Wumbo's 4-wide with a side 4-wide of his own. They look to be at a similar height, so if they continue on, they look to be even out. They do cancel each other out, Matecito sending a bit more, but since Wumbo finished it earlier, he was able to build some attacks to be able to cancel off the last end, and they go pretty much neutral on 2 4-wides there. Now, meanwhile, Matecito misdropping a lot here, misdrops a J and L piece, so it's gonna kind of waste him some time here, but he is able to recover from it pretty effectively, and just get to a comfortable spot on his board. So now staying pretty low, and while all that happened, Wumbo actually wasn't attacking nearly as much as he should have. He wasted a lot of time at the bottom of his board that could have been very useful in spiking Matecito out. But he will definitely find more opportunities in the future, just due to the nature of how much stronger his APM is compared to Matecito. But I am talking about an APM difference, but we're actually not really seeing it here. Just due to Wumbo not being very effective for, again, that small period of time. And Matecito also not really tapping into the full potential of his APM either. They're both downstacking a lot more than they usually would. And now Wumbo has a lot of cheese garbage to work with. He's trying to downstack through it, but Matecito continuing on his assault, and Wumbo is just not able to get through those 5 little lines of cheese garbage. And so that's gonna get a 1-1 tie for Matecito and Squirtle so far. Now, Matecito looks to have tried to build a 4-wide, but instead goes for a 3-wide. But while that was quite unfortunate, it was an absolute tragedy on Wumbo's side. Wumbo instead having to go for a T-spin triple overhang TSS. And Wumbo, though, finding his way back down to the bottom of the board, not letting that little setback really keep him down. But he is, while he's not letting it keep him down, he does get down to the bottom of his board very fast. Goes for an eye spin there, continues on the combo a bit more too, just trying to find any little extensions that he can make to cheese Matecito out a bit. But Matecito, going for another T-spin double there, just keeping it very low, very clean, but I don't think that that's what he should be doing. He should be attacking a little bit more. Cancels out that last T-spin double of the STSD, and because of that, Wumbo was able to downstack through that, combo up a bit, and while it wasn't the strongest attack, it was still enough to take Matecito out. But now we see Matecito changing it up a bit, starting with a PC instead. So that was also pretty effective at stopping Wumbo's 4-wide, but even after passing the 4-wide, Wumbo definitely is no joke of a player, keeping above 120 APM right after. As now looks like Matecito trying to build up that 4-wide. They seem to be at similar heights, I want to say. And looks like Matecito gets a little bit more combo off, sends an extra 5 lines out. And so Matecito was going to take the early lead, but it's not going to be that big of a lead, so Wumbo definitely is going to be able to clear through that and even things out. So now Wumbo just trying to keep it kind of low, keep it clean, be able to have the flexibility of accessing his garbage holes whenever he can. And meanwhile, Matecito going for a pretty different approach, staying up stack heavy here. And it looks like that worked out for him. He was able to combo through that and put some pretty cheesy garbage onto Wumbo's side. All he needs is a bit more pressure, and Wumbo's not having a good time dealing with that garbage there. So for that reason, Matecito had such a nice chance, but he actually seemed to have thrown it there. All he had to do was build up 1 or 2 more T-spin doubles, and that would have been the win for him. But because he wasted so much time, Wumbo took that opportunity and definitely didn't give up at all. Kept on down stacking through that and made his way out. And he was actually able to reverse things on Matecito. Now, Matecito is the one with the cheese garbage on here, and Wumbo's in the position to put on more pressure, and Wumbo definitely did not make the same mistake as Matecito did. Just cheesing Matecito up to the top of the board, and then continuing on with the assault of T-spins. And also, this time, Wumbo's forward grew a crap ton. He was allowed to really do that. Matecito didn't punish the amount of time that it takes to forward. And because of that, Wumbo was just able to completely shred through that forward and drown Matecito in 18 lines of cheese, basically. And speaking of tons of cheese, again, Wumbo finding his forward again. Matecito seems to be choking it a bit. Where he was in a strong spot to take the wins at certain points, it's looking a little bit more grim for him now. He's gonna have to find those fast forwards and keep pace with Wumbo here. Which again, not an easy task. With Wumbo stacking up his center forward at 3 PPS, it's definitely not an easy task to get that kind of consistency. And I'm unsure as to whether Matecito has been practicing that side forward. But it doesn't look as polished as someone like Wumbo's, just because Wumbo's specialty does lie in that forward. Certainly has more experience doing it, so his stacking is going to be a lot more polished. Now Matecito going for a PC here, but unfortunately the garbage hole spawns right in the middle of that center forward, so it's going to give Wumbo such nice combo feel there. A Tetris along with 2 more combo links from that huge well. That was just sheer luck. Sheer unluckiness on Matecito's side. Now Wumbo looking to try and combo up more. He does get tank a small amount of damage there, so it's gonna cut his forward a bit, but even then, he's gonna use the garbage that Matecito sent him to extend that combo past that, and have an APM number of 221. So that's GG. At the start of the round, it looked like we actually might have seen possibilities for an upset, but Matecito definitely started slipping, and Wumbo found some very nice solutions to downstacks, and also kept his forward pretty clean.